Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I have another acrylic toe tutorial, and we are going to be doing some real cute designs on top of these acrylic toes. I will be leaving this tutorial in real time, and I'm first going to start to push all of her cuticles back very gently using my metal cuticle pusher. For the big toe, I did start to use the cuticle pusher on the side walls as well before going in with this cuticle bit. I only used the longer bit for the big toe because I felt like it would be easier to get into those corners, and then afterwards I'm going to go in with a round bit for the big toe and for the rest of the toes. Next, using my fine grit sanding band on a low speed, I'm going to start to go over all of the toenails to remove all of the shine. She was a new client, and I was asking her about her previous experiences getting her toes done because I noticed she had like a little bit of damage on the free edge of her big toe, but it looked like it was probably old since it was at the far bottom. Next, I'll be going in with my cuticle nippers, and everything I need to remove is sticking up. This is all of the dead skin, so very slowly I'm going to start to nip going around the cuticle area. To dehydrate and clean off the toenails, I am going to be using some alcohol, and I did notice that there was a little bit of dead skin still on the big toe, so I did go in with my cuticle pusher to start to remove that. Moving on, I'm now going in with my no lift primer. I'm just going to put a little bit on each toenail, and then I'm going to go in with my acrylic powder. So the acrylic powder that I'm using today is Young Nails Cover Flamingo. I feel like this cover color is perfect for all skin tones. I definitely recommend. And I'm also using my Mia Secret monomer. First, I'm going in with a small bead, and I'm going to make sure that I get the acrylic powder as close to the cuticle as possible and make sure that the acrylic is sidewall to sidewall. I'm being extremely gentle with the acrylic powder. I don't want to remove too much of it, but I also don't want it to be too thick. So I'm still just patting around it, and I'm going to start to drag some of this acrylic powder down past the free edge. Now, using the end of my cuticle pusher, I did dip it in some acrylic powder before doing this, and I'm going to lightly start to remove that extra acrylic powder. Afterwards, I am going to go back in with my brush and just kind of touch up the sidewalls if needed. For the big toenail, we'll be doing 2 beads, and for this first one, I picked up a medium-sized bead. I'm going to make sure that the acrylic powder is touching both side walls, and I'm moving slow as I'm doing this, just allowing the acrylic powder to continue to set. I do want the free edge to be square, so I'm just continuing to pat around the acrylic powder so I could sculpt it as it's starting to set. And I'm going to go on with the tip of my brush to the side walls and make sure that the sides are as straight as they could be. We still have to file these, so if it's not perfect, it's okay. Next, for the cuticle bead, I'm going to place it a little bit away from the cuticle area and then slowly start to pat up before starting to drag this acrylic powder down. So the bead was just a little runny, so I did have to go back into the sidewalls and make sure that none of the acrylic powder was touching the skin. Now for shaping, I'm going to be using this golden barrel bit, and this is a medium grit drill bit. I'm very slowly going to start to file these down, and I'm not going to shape them until I'm finished filing them down. So I'm moving very slowly, going around in the cuticle area, and if you're not comfortable with using these type of drill bits, I do recommend safety bits because the toe is such a really small surface and you definitely don't want to accidentally cut your client. For reshaping the toenails, I am going to be using a 80/80 grit hand file. And I did rub this hand file against another 80 grit hand file to make sure that the edges weren't too rough. Because there has been times when I first started doing acrylic toes where the grit of the hand file would kind of nick my client. So to just prevent all of that, go ahead and rub it against another file to prevent this. I'm also going to use the same drill bit and go underneath the toenails. Now you want to be very careful when you're doing this unless you have a safety bit. You still want to be careful, but if it doesn't have a safety bit, you'll want to move really, really slow like what I'm doing here. To clean off the toenails, I'll be using some more alcohol in my dust brush. So I'm going to start to scrub off all of the dust. And then we're going to be going in with some of this D&D gel polish for my designs. This is definitely my favorite color for acrylic toes. And I am going to link the Young Nails acrylic powder down below. For her toenail design, she wanted her toes to match her nails. So I'm going to show you guys the inspiration of what her nails looked like. And I'm first going to start off with a pink French tip. So most of the toenails are going to be French tip except for one. And we are going to be using different colors. For the middle toe, I wanted to do a croc print design with blooming gel. So I'm going to start to paint the toenail with black. And then we're going to put some pink blooming gel. Not pink blooming gel, but we're going to put some pink designs on top with blooming gel. I'm going to let this cure for 60 seconds before going in with the blooming gel and using my daughter tool for the designs. When you're finished doing your design on the blooming gel, you'll want to cure this immediately because the gel polish is going to continue to spread. And for the big toenail, I'm going to be going in with this white gel polish from D&D, and later on we're going to be doing some black designs on top of both white French tip nails. For my first design, I am going to be doing I believe this is a off-white cross. I'm pretty sure this is from Off-White. I did do this on top of her nails too, so I wanted it to match, and I was moving pretty slow when I was doing this. Currently, I'm painting the next toenail because we are going to be doing some 3D croc print design. So I'm going to go ahead and top coat this now. And then I'm going to do the pinky and allow this to cure for 60 seconds before moving on to my next design. I'm going in with the same color gel polish on top of this pink French tip, and I'm going to do a croc print design. Afterwards, I'm going to start to pour some clear acrylic powder on top and then allow this to cure for 60 seconds. So I did cure everything one more time just to make sure that everything was dry before I went in with my top coat. And I am going to show you guys how they look once they was oiled up and picture ready. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. I absolutely love how these came out. I actually really want to do mine. But if you did enjoy this YouTube video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know down below what you would like to see next.